All right, if you've seen my channel before, you know that I've made a few videos about some of the insane stories we get about ICE agents in this country. I would argue that right now, ICE agents feel very empowered to do, frankly, insane shit. Whether it's recently we saw a video of an ICE agent getting a DUI and, asking the police officers who were trying to issue him a field sobriety test, asking them, one of them, "Are you Haitian?" Suggesting that that individual might not be here legally, saying, "I want to talk to your supervisor," suggesting because he was an ICE agent, he should get out of this DUI. We've seen ICE agents run around and pull guns on people and do just frankly crazy, blatantly illegal shit, but they feel very empowered because the current administration isn't going to do anything to them. And also, the current administration is hiring anybody who wants to be an ICE agent. They've lowered the qualifications. They're giving, $50,000 bonuses or, whatever it is, $50,000 off your student loan debt. And it's like, yeah, of course, we're going to continue to get videos of people who are underqualified, who feel empowered, especially empowered because a lot of the racism and hatred and bigotry we see from the Trump administration. We're going to see them doing crazy shit. I mean, they're already allowed to do whatever they want on the clock and ruin communities and, frankly, be evil to fellow Americans. But off the clock, it's equally as bad. And so I want to tune you in to a couple news stories that we gotten absolutely insane. And the main one I'm going to save for last, which is a recent story we got of an off-duty ICE agent who was arrested after he randomly, off the clock, threatened a Hispanic teenager, a 17-year-old, pulled a gun on him, and basically got him on the ground and was like, "Show me your papers, show me your papers." Insane. That individual has been arrested. We'll get to that in a second. First, I want to start with this one because there's another ICE agent who's been arrested for DUI. That's right. Take a look.
This is a fun one. It gets better.
Oh, great.
Police here in Oak Brook identifying 33-year-old Guillermo Diaz Torres from Albuquerque, New Mexico, an ICE agent who they say was asleep at the wheel.
Got off shift. I came here. You guys have a checkpoint. This doesn't look good.
On police body cam video, Diaz Torres tells officers he finished an 18-hour shift at the Broadview Detention Center at midnight.
Time out really quickly. Why is a guy who lives or is from, Albuquerque, New Mexico, working at Broadview ICE facility in Chicago? And you might say, "Oh, Chris, well, I don't know, maybe he's lived here for 5 or 10 years. No, actually, part of the excuse he makes for why he crashed, besides being drunk, which you'll see in a second, is he doesn't live here. He doesn't know the area. I actually think, if I had to guess, and I might be wrong here, I'm just taking a guess, that again, just you're hiring anybody. A bunch of people are applying who are not qualified. Hey, I want to get, this extra bonus check, especially with the economy that sucks because of Donald Trump, the inflation that's rising. It's hard to find a job. Trump has, frankly, destroyed the economy. So yeah, of course you're going to take, this lower qualification ICE role. You don't have to be qualified to do anything besides be loyal to Trump and be a good little foot soldier. And you get, your student loans erased or whatever. And so my guess is that all these people applying, and then they're like, "Okay, we're just going to move you here. You're going to go work at the ICE Broadview facility." Let's keep listening.
But an hour and a half later, his SUV jumped a curb and plowed into a row of shrubs, barely missing a pole and a pedestrian crosswalk.
Do what you gotta do. None of that matters. Yeah, this is unacceptable.
A police report shows Diaz Torres' speech was slurred, his eyes bloodshot, and officers smelled a strong odor of alcohol. On video, Diaz Torres tells officers he was heading straight to his hotel in Lombard and didn't stop, though he didn't answer where he'd been since his shift ended an hour and a half earlier.
And then which direction were you coming from over here?
I have no idea, sir. I'm not from here.
So I guess that answers my question, actually. He was going to a hotel, and he just said he's not from here. So I don't know why he's working at the Broadview ICE facility, which has obviously been a point of major contention. Everything the Trump administration is doing in relation to this and ICE agents, if you zoom out, it's not just the work that ICE is doing that is harming communities. It's also, again, individuals like this who feel empowered to do whatever they want and come into these communities and hurt them by, "Oh, I didn't know where I was and I decided to get off the clock and drink," and crash into, the side of the road. He could have killed somebody.
Diaz Torres is then run through a series of sobriety tests.
Stand here in front, feet together, arms at your sides.
I understand him. horrible at balancing.
which police say he failed.
MNLMNOPQRW.
He also refused to take an on-scene breathalyzer test.
I'm gonna do that.
You're not going to do that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, so you're refusing to blow?
Yes.
All right. All right, man. Well, you're under arrest for DUI, okay?
The arrest comes as ICE continues cracking down on undocumented drivers charged with this very same offense. But our legal analyst says this case will likely go to trial.
All right, I'm going to have you sit over here in the back seat for me, okay?
And it will be up to the federal government whether this agent stays on the job.
The agent will stay on the job if he agrees to be loyal to Donald Trump and basically harass American citizens, harass people who don't look like me. Then he can stay on the job. Because again, the executive branch is just full of unqualified people who are hired based on loyalty. And again, it's nuts how often we're seeing this. Again, this was in Chicago. ICE agent charged with driving under influence in Oak Brook, the video you just saw after leaving the Broadview facility. This was from Thursday, November 6th. I'm recording this on November 17th, so fairly recently, right? If we go to the next story, this was posted by CBS LA 2 days ago. 2 days ago. Take a listen.
I'm gonna tase him. You fight,
And Isaiah Hodgson was a Customs and Border Protection agent, and he was involved in a controversial arrest of a 20-year-old U.S. citizen in a Walmart parking lot. That was Adrian Martinez. Now, the feds accused Martinez of getting involved in an operation, but during that takedown, Hodgson's face went viral. Now that's how we figured out who he was when this happened. Check out this video that we just got from the Long Beach Police Department. The Long Beach Police say that's Hodgson there in the white hat, white shirt, and he had pulled out a gun, according to law enforcement, inside the women's restroom at a Yard House restaurant. This is a video from the parking lot when he encountered a security guard who later called 911. This is Hodgson, according to police, putting the gun down by a tree before he is encountered by officers. Now, this is a security camera from the Long Beach Police Department. Next, you'll see body camera video of when they tried to get Hodgson to surrender.
Sidewalk. Hey, don't get on the ground. Sir, get on the ground. Are you guys stupid? Get on the ground. I'm PvP. All right, well, get on the ground. Get on the ground. I'm gonna tase him. You fight, don't you? Get on the ground. Dude, are you stupid? Stop resisting. Get on the ground. I got him.
That's obviously the lengthy struggle that occurred between Hodgson and the Long Beach Police Department. Now, during that struggle, you heard him say, I'm BP, I'm BP. We believe that to mean Border Patrol. Later, when he would be in a patrol car, he began asking for a Border Patrol commander called Greg Bovino. Obviously, they didn't do that at the time, but they did start to go through the gun that they found on him, later found at the tree, which you see right here. When they're talking about the gun, they say it has DHS in front of the serial number, and then officers on scene quickly learn that he's a Customs and Border Protection agent. Later, when he is at the jail, he is having a conversation with an officer about his work as a CBP agent.
You made a mistake.
No, I made more than one mistake, man. And everybody just hates me here. Do you know how many people are after me over here in Los Angeles?
I know.
It doesn't mean no, you don't know. You know what the word dox is? DOXXED,
no, what is
dude.
that?
Doxed. Have you ever had people stand up at your parents' house because you're over here in Los Angeles doing everything, dude? That's the I am, dude. There's so many people at LAPD hate us, dude.
Now, Hodgson would eventually be booked into jail. He was later released, and while he was out on bail awaiting his court hearings, he died in a home in Riverside. Now, the Riverside County coroner has not officially determined his cause of death, but tonight the Long Beach Post, who first posted this video, reports that his attorney said in open court that he died of a drug overdose. His family is expected in court in the coming months because his case has still not officially been closed. They may speak at that hearing, and if they do, we will attempt to be there so long as a judge lets.
So a couple things here. Again, I'm sorry to the family or to anyone else who's affected by this individual's death. It's very sad, especially considering we're hearing that he overdosed on drugs. It's fascinating before that, the beginning part you saw. I cannot reiterate how empowered a lot of these individuals feel. He pulled a gun out in the woman's restroom, got kicked out, left. He's clearly intoxicated. He has a gun on him. He tries to hide it. 3 police officers are trying to arrest him, and he's saying, guys, you're being stupid, and tries to get out of it by saying, I'm BP, I'm Border Patrol, I'm DHS, let me call somebody. Like, again, you are above the law. These people have been empowered by who? Donald Trump. No one else. It's top to bottom. right? By Donald Trump and all these people who they don't have to follow the law themselves. And it just trickles down. So I'm very sorry that this individual passed away. But again, from the beginning of the story, just nuts. What are we doing? And why do these individuals feel so empowered? Absolutely crazy. Let me loop you back to the original story I wanted to talk about. That was, we got that information about 2 days ago. The first story I showed you, we got that information about a week or 10 days ago. This story from today, an off-duty ICE agent threatened a random Hispanic teenager with a gun as he was driving. He pulled him from the vehicle and started to demand that he prove he was here legally. The ICE agent was allegedly now arrested for assault. Let's take a look.
Earlier last week in Riverside County after being accused of assaulting a 17-year-old boy with a gun, may have been a federal immigration agent. That's according to a lawyer for the family of the victim. Surveillance video shows the teen was driving on Daybrook Terrace in Temecula when Geraldo Rodriguez yelled for him to stop his truck. He can be seen demanding the unarmed teen to get out of the truck while pointing a gun at him and displaying a badge.
He was just scared he was going to get shot. I think right now there's been a lot of news stories about ICE agents shooting people, shooting at their vehicles, shooting at all sorts of, in all sorts of unnecessary situations. And I think he thought he was going to be in that same situation. So he immediately slammed on his brakes, and then that same officer pulled him out at gunpoint.
And we have reached out to the Department of Homeland Security to learn whether Rodriguez is in fact an ICE agent. The agency has yet to respond to our questions.
Wow, unbelievable. Quote, freeze, police, Rodriguez shouts. Put the car in effing park. Get out of the car. Turn it off. Get out. You're speeding in the effing neighborhood. Come over here, sit down, and get your ass down. You have a driver's license? This is the 45-year-old man who, again, has been arrested and is an ICE agent off duty, talking to a 17-year-old with a gun in his face. He is apparently known to residents on the street as an ICE agent and also reportedly told the boy that he worked for ICE, then began interrogating the Mexican-American teen, asking him who he was, where he was from, and demanding documentation. And eventually drew the attention of others who lived on the street. And apparently other people on the street have said, this guy just feels empowered. He's like trying to set up his own little ICE checkpoint here in the neighborhood. Just like all the other stories we've talked about, that at least we're reading about them all in the last 10 days, really? 10 days. These are 3 separate news stories. It's empowerment. They all feel so empowered. This guy feels empowered enough on his off duty, his off day, he's not working, to take out a gun and pull over a 17-year-old. He doesn't know who this 17-year-old is. Say, you're speeding in my neighborhood, get out of the car and demand documentation. Like, are you an American citizen? Just in his neighborhood, in the middle, just randomly, just because he felt like it. What the hell? That's insane. Absolutely insane. Let me know what you think of all of this in the comments down below. It's really important that we continue to talk about this and not just show the videos of what we see from, ICE agents while they're on the clock, but also off the clock. And it's truly one of the most patriotic things you can do is record when any of these things are happening, because it's a lot of how we learn about these things, and individuals like this end up getting arrested because we see it on video and people talk about it. So if you'd be so willing, share this video with a friend or family member, click subscribe down below. I appreciate all the support lately. You guys mean the world, and I will see you in the next video.